Welcome back to Nick Lenz's novel review, not novel reviews, Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode number 512, correct? Yes, 512, and double shot number 422. I got two graphic novels, one from Marvel, one from DC. This first one is an old one. As of this year, this book is 14 years old. Yeah, it's no book. We have Marvel Knights Spider-Man Volume 1, Down Among the Dead Men, as collects the first four issues of the Marvel Knights Spider-Man series, written by Mark Millar and artwork by Terry Rachel Dotson. Yes, as you can see on the cover, Black Cat is in pretty much this entire book. Well, he shows up in issue 2. In the first issue, Spider-Man has a fight with the Green Goblin, captures him off the jail, and then pretty much the rest of the book he's fighting Electro and the Vulture. And the Owl shows up in here as well, though he's not exactly playing a villain this time like he... Though, if you read... Now, the way this is, he starts out as an ally of Spider-Man, though he's a Daredevil villain. Later, it becomes sort of a loose enemy to him, but that's just the way this book is written. And this book starts a storyline which wraps up a last stand of May Parker being kidnapped and Peter searching like the whole city where she is. It takes 12 issues to tell this story, and this is basically the first one. I gotta say, the artwork in here is really good. I do appreciate... I also thought it was quite funny when Peter ended up in the hospital. Of course, this was out of costume. Of course, got beaten up. And then Black Cat saves him, and she tells the Vulture, like, if you ever come near my axe again, I will kill you. Yep. Here's what Norman Osborn looks like, and looking up us in the back of the trade. Yeah, this is Norman Osborn's Green Goblin costume in here, and he spends from this point forward, from issue 2 up until I think it's like issue 10, spends it in this prison. Oh, and also he goes to the Avengers. This is before the whole disassemble thing, so yeah, this came out around the same time, around just before Bendis. Looks like the way this book takes place, it takes place just before the Avengers Disassembled event, despite the fact this came out pretty much just prior to that. This is actually really good. Good story. Let me show you some artwork. Here's some really good Terry Dotson artwork. This is Peter Parker. Here's the sexy Black Cat. Here's, on this page, if you look at the corner, that's Scarlet Witch and Captain America. If you look really closely at that, that's supposed to be Quicksilver. I think Terry Dotson does an okay job when he draws Quicksilver's face, but he does a really good job when it comes to women. I got hands in when it comes to that. It's great the fact that Millar throwing the actual Avengers in here. Nice touch. Pretty good story. Nice startup. I know I'm reviewing these trades out of order, but it's how the library got these to me. Despite the fact I ordered all 5 of these books four of these books the same time. Yeah. But it's still a good book. I'm going to get this book a 9 out of 10. Alright, next up is JSA Volume 1, Justice Be Done. Written by the ever-awesome James Robertson and David S. Goyer. With artwork by, if I can find it here, Scott Benfield, Stefan Sawaski, and Derek Oskin. This book contains the first 5 issues of the JSA comic book, along with a story. Yes, one story from JSA Secret Files and Origins number 1, which is the debut of Kendra Saunders, aka the second Hawk Girl. Let me show her off. Here she is in her first full appearance in her costume. And also I should point out, though, she stays in this costume up until her death in Blackest Night. Excuse me, yes. Also, when she joined the Justice League America, she was in a brief relationship with Roy Harper. Yeah, I'm not kidding. She was in a relationship with Roy Harper. Now, with this storyline, the JSA had been disbanded for a few years at this point, and they decided to have the group come back together because of an old villain from the past. I think his name is Nebulon. Yeah, Nebulon. And the book starts off with a story where Wesley Dodds is killed by someone called I think it's Necron. I think his name. Nebulon, I think his name is. Also, as you can see in the cover, yep, this is the debut of a new Dr. Fate. This is actually as far as I can tell, I think this is supposed to be the fourth Dr. Fate, Hector Hall, the son of Carter Hall and Sandra Hall. Well, Shiara Hall. Yeah, the original Hawkman, Hawkgirl. Yep. And who's also the father of Daniel Hall, who is the current Dream. He took over from Morpheus from Neil Gaiman's Sandman series. Originally, in the Infinity Inc. series, and they mentioned in here as well, he was originally known as the Silver Scarab. And also, Atom Smasher, who is this guy, right, if I can hold this properly. It's, not him. This guy with the blue mask on. Yeah, that is Atom Smasher. Originally was known as Nucleon, and then with this book he decided to change his name to Atom Smasher. Just above him is Jack Knight, who was a character that James Robinson was writing for the past couple years. So I guess James Robinson was like, okay, let's have him join the JSA. We have Wonder Woman on the cover. In case you're wondering, no, that's not Diana. That's actually her mother. Yeah, that was something John Byrne came up with. Not kidding. John Byrne did this very strange retcon where apparently in the golden age of comics, instead of Wonder Woman being part of the JSA, it was her mother. Yep, I am not kidding about that. Of course, we also in the cover we have to the right of Dr. Fate is the Black Canary. Yeah, this is her 90s costume. This is something that the artist for Chuck Dixon's Birds of Prey book came up with. Yeah, gone at this point are the classic costume she's known for wearing, and she wears this thing. I didn't like it at first, but I think it's okay. It's an okay looking costume. To his left, we have this guy here. That is Sand. He's a nephew of Dana Beaumont, the light partner of Wesley Dodds, the Sandman. We have Alan Scott, the Green Lantern, who in this book is called Sentinel. He changed the name to Sentinel just so people won't get confused with the other Green Lanterns. We have Jay Garrick, the Flash, the original Flash, who actually has appeared on this TV show, The Flash. We have Ted Grant, the original Wildcat. At this point, she's known as Star Spangled Kid, but she changed her name to Stargirl. The third Hour Man, who is a distant relative of Rex Tyler, the original one. And he gets a chance to meet. I thought this was really neat, the fact he got a chance to do this. He got to meet two important people. One, of course, important to the Tyler family, Rebecca Tyler, who is Rex Tyler's great niece, which, ingenious. I love it. And plus, there's even a brief appearance by Michael Holt, the second Mr. Terrific. And there's an opportunity he might, in the future of this book, of course he does, becomes a member of the JSA. And I remember from the final issue of Spectre, when he got a chance to meet Wildcat, he's like, I'm the new Mr. Terrific. Got a problem with that? He's like, no, not at all, because Terry was my best, Terry was my best friend, and I love the fact that you're continuing his role and continuing his legacy. Yeah, that's what Wildcat said to him in the final issue of John Ostrander's awesome Spectre comic book, which is collect and trade. So, in case you wonder when Michael Holt first showed up, he first showed up in issue 54 of Spectre, Volume 3, written by John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake. But yeah, this is the lineup they came up with. And because, Star Spangled Kid is a kid, she can't technically join a JSA, even though she does. And she remains part of the JSA for a pretty good period of time, and currently she's in the current continuity where she's part of the Justice League America, and she's been part of the Justice League United book. And there was at one point in this particular series, she was in a relationship with Captain Marvel. Though, apparently, Jay Garrick didn't know the fact. Jay Garrick thought he was in his 20s by his appearance. No, Billy Batson at this point was 16. I'm not kidding, he was. He was 16. So, I'm kind of like, what was the problem with the relationship? I don't know. Maybe it's something Jeff Johns could. Because, by the way, Jeff Johns takes over as the writing of this book because Robinson only does the first 5 issues, and that's it. Though him and David Square also the JSA Returns series of one-shots, which those are amazing. I highly recommend you check those out. Yeah. I was able to get this book at Ollie's for $2.99. Yep, $3. The original cover price for this thing was, believe it or not, $17.99 for a trade that collects 5 issues and a short story. Yeah. I would have thought 5 issues, okay, maybe $14.99. Nope, $17. But yeah, and also, here's something really weird though. When Jeff Johns takes over, Jack Knight is nowhere in the book at all. Nope. He's only just in these opening issues. I think he shows up once or twice after that. And that's it. And that was the weird thing about Jack Knight. He very rarely appeared outside of his comic book. And also I should point out though, Stargirl's belt that she wears. Yeah. The original Starman, Ted Knight, he designed that belt for her. And Ted Knight even briefly shows up in here to sort of, do upgrades to it. And Courtney does not get along with Jack Knight at all. Nope. I remember from the first issue when he first became, I remember from reading on this books, when he first became New Starman, he's like, he looked at the costume like, nope, I'm not wearing this thing at all. Because he probably thought it was too cheesy. Or at least probably thought it wasn't good on him. So, in case you're wondering, yeah, that's what Jack Knight wears when he's Starman. And unlike his father, whose identity was a secret when he was Starman, Jack Knight's identity is publicly known. And he's even a licensed law enforcement officer in Opal City. He's mentioned he has to stay in Opal City. So he kind of points Star. I kind of think of Stargirl, even though she's in here as though a Star Spangled Kid. Now I should point out though, she's a creation of Jeff Johns. So I love the fact that Robinson's like, okay, I'm gonna put her in this book because they're continuing the legacy that Jeff Johns' book, Stars and Stripe, that was an awesome comic book, and this was a great way to continue the character. You know, the comic probably didn't sell too well, but it's great the fact that Robinson put in the book. And when Jeff Johns came on the book with issue 6, he's kept her with the series even after he left. Yep. So when a lot of people think of Stargirl, part of the group, people think of part of the JSA, the Justice Society of America. Excuse me. Also, at the end of the story, they get their own base of operations, which is actually Wesley Dodd's mansion. Yep. And Sandy apparently came into a bunch of money because he inherited the money from Wesley Dodds because he kind of treated Sandy as his own. He treated him like a son, and he was in love with his aunt. Even though here's kind of the weird thing. Dana was considered to be his life partner. I've heard about this, and I don't have a problem with that at all. It was their choice never to marry. Though it was kind of implied at the end of the Sandman Mystery Theater series, they kind of got married, but it was like, nope, they never got married. But they did love each other, which, that's appreciative. And it's nice still the fact that he left all of his left everything to Sandy. He called himself Sand here, but after Infinite Crisis, he calls himself Sandman. And he keeps that name up until the Flashpoint reboot. Yep. But this book is awesome. I give this book a 10 out of 10. This book is just amazing stuff. And I love the fact they throw references to Infinity Inc., which I thought was really amazing. Now, when Adam Smasher was asked to join the JSA, he's like, I've always wanted to join the JSA. I wanted to join this group for years. Interesting fact about Adam Smasher, he's actually the original Adam's Al Pratt, not Ray Palmer or Roy Cheadle or Adam Croy. Those are the other Adams. I'm talking about the original Adam, Al Pratt, who was a boxer. You see, this guy is his godson. He does have an actual son. Yes, Al Pratt does have an actual son. His name is Damage. I think his name is Grant something. I don't remember his last name. He had his own brief comic in the 90s. And he found out from Vandal Savage that Alfred is his father. Now, Adam's master knew he knew that Adam was not his father. He figured he was his godfather. But I appreciate the fact that of all this legacy stuff when it comes to this series. And I love the fact that there's new printings of this series and trade, which I think is great. And this is a great comic book, and I love the fact DC's going to bring back the JSA. I'm just wondering when, because it's been a whole year and there's been barely a mention of the JSA, not since DC Rebirth, like almost 2 years ago. No, they don't think they've done with it since then. They briefly had Jay Garrett come back, but who knows, right? So that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for whenever I get a chance to do my next episode. It would probably definitely be their Doulbeshot. It will probably be episode 513 and Doulbeshot number 423. Okay, I'm going to see you on my next episode, which my next video I'm going to start a new anime review series. Rurouni Kenshin the movies, I'm going to put those on hold for a little bit, because there's this one particular animated series that I got the manga update a few months ago. Excuse me. So I kind of figured, why not start the series? This is actually one I didn't start like right away after I finished reading the series. This one I waited a little bit, and this one I've been waiting to do for the past few months. You'll find out what that is in a few hours when I finish the season. When I finish the first season of the show. Okay. Well, until we see you on my next video. Bye.